Hello and welcome to the DevCast Ops. My name is Barnaby and I am joined by James today.
Hello.
Today we are picking up where we were a couple of weeks ago. I've been on holiday, so my memory is fuzzy and I can't remember how well you remember everything as well. I think you've been quite busy over the past couple of weeks, so it'll be
It's also really hot, which doesn't help.
It's only going to get worse. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. But we were doing some things with the console and more DNS. I think we have, 3 DNS servers now? 3 or 4?
We have 3 DNS layers because we've got external, internal, console.
Yeah.
We've got Cloudflare, Google, and console are all different layers of DNS.
Yeah, and the rationale behind that was in the golden images is they need to connect to console and to Vault. And if console's our DNS server for our internal traffic, having console resolve console is a circular dependency that we can't quite get to kickstart in a sensible way. So we've set up an internal DNS. It's with 2 records, which one will be console, one will be Vault, so new clients can automatically
connect. It's worth noting, I'm sure there is a way you could do this where if console isn't up, you resolve console.service.console to something else. This is simple.
I do like an overcomplicated solution, but there are limits.
Maybe not on DNS.
Yeah,
it took me a week to get just console DNS working, so I don't need to go too far through that stuff.
Do we not want to add another couple of layers to make it a bit more in depth?
It's for future.
Cool. All right, shall we get going? So I think we got it working 2 weeks ago. I vaguely remember we've rebuilt the images and they haven't just connected, so we need to go into console and figure out.
Yeah, so the last change we made was setting a console address and setting the Vault address equal to Vault.internal for the Nomad server. That was the end of last stream. I think it took a while. It takes a while to build the image. It takes a bit of time to build the image, so we're going to redeploy it. This time, this morning before the stream, I ran it through, and lo and behold, console hasn't reconnected. So we now need to work out why the console client hasn't reconnected.
I assume that other service is Vault that's in console.
Yes, we have console and Vault. Nice. So this is the Nomad server box. I just before the stream did a standard systemctl status console. And it's running, though I didn't do it in general, so I didn't see the errors. So error splitting host address into IP and port. Too many colons. We're giving this a schema. Don't think it needs a schema.
Well, that'll be an easy fix if it's just that.
Yeah.
Common, I think. Yeah, retry join.
Oh, why am I looking for restart? I've not done anything yet.
It's a new box. It doesn't have any history.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, some things that you find in history also. I remember the first client I ever worked for, they had on one of the boxes you use, they just had the root token for their Vault instance in the bash history, and the way you got secrets out was you SSH to that box, you exported the token from the history, and you just pulled a new secrets. That you need, like, this is wild. The protection for that was just an SSH thing.
Okay, insecure cannot bind, cannot assign requested address. That's correct.
Why is it on 8300? Is console 8300?
No, well, 8300's Vault.
Volt's 200. That's when I do.
Oh yeah.
Is Gossip 8300?
Well, here we've got.
I don't think we tell it 8300.
Cluster address is 8301, 8302 for WAN. So it's the cluster address.
Oh yeah, it's RPC is 8300. TCP, UDP is.
So it's failing to. Oh yeah, RPC insecure. No service successfully responded to the auto encrypt request. I'm just, before I check, is Vault Agent running correctly? Yes, Vault Agent's fine. It's fine. So we're getting auto encrypt for but that's saying it can't bind address. It can't bind 8300. Oh wait, no. Can't bind 0.
Are we hitting the issue that we've spun up Nomad on this box and we've now got the additional Nomad networking layer, so the bind address isn't working?
Yes, let's. Are we happy? We just doing this as a image change.
Oh yeah, trigger the image change now with the schema because we definitely know that needs to be done, and then we can double check the bind while that builds. And it's because that's an issue that only occurs on restart, which is fun.
I think I may have killed my terminal version.
A little bit of me is tempted to get it so that the answer in the background just strips that HTTPS or HTTP for you, so you have them both in the same schema for the addresses.
We can make it fancy later.
Working first.
Yeah, definitely. I don't know why I killed the SH thing. That one.
Yeah. It's not the end of the world. It doesn't take that long to connect.
And that in the background. Okay. I need to sudo.
And if you update the bind address to the external IP, or the not the external, the internal IP address.
Oh yeah. The client.
Potentially, we may not even specify it.
Bind address is the correct IP.
Not the right. Is that this IP?
No, that is not the correct. Oh, that'd be why the bind address is wrong, because that's the wrong IP address.
How do we populate that?
That's probably loaded from the IP of the box that run the building image.
Bill. That's annoying.
But not hard to fix.
203. Yeah. Because I wonder if it reaches out with its address and says, "Hey, this is where you can find me," on the server's just going to.
Well, it looked like it was the journal entry was trying to make a connection from that IP, this IP 102.1.4 to the other box, and obviously it doesn't have control over 10.2.1.4. So that should.
Did you start the server? Oh,
Yeah.
is it happy?
No, so servers available. Join cluster LAN, join IP addresses, no servers to manage, failed to sync remote, no console servers, failed to join 10.206.
At least it's not complaining about the binding anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you should be looking, that should be the correct IP. I don't know if the console service will show me the IP it's running on. No, because that just runs surf. Do we want to fix this IP issue, or should we just get it working and then?
I think get it working and see if we can get some more info out of it. Any servers available?
So I can log into the other server and see if consoles.
Yeah, it might be throwing some errors saying rejected or something like
that.
Oh yeah, I'm looking the code for the bind address, and it still just uses the Ansible default. We don't have a way of passing that in. We need to get that. Do we have a cloud init script on these?
For the console, I don't know.
There's a bootstrap sh.
Yeah, this bootstrap loads in tokens and then starts console.
Oh, yeah. So we need to get something in there that puts the client address on. Bind address. Yeah.
Though I'm just thinking this will stop working if the vault address as well.
Vault. I guess you can check what it renders. I'll check that it's wrong. You would see errors if the vault address is wrong, so it would fail to render the templates.
Yes, true. If our template works. So there's no, on the actual server, I can't see the client trying to hit it.
Do you want to just try and ping the client from the servers to check it's routable? It wouldn't be, but it's.
Well, I mean, ping is a different port than.
Ping just is checking routable, not the port. Yeah.
Hey, no, ping runs on a particular port. If you do your networking correctly, you shouldn't be able to ping two boxes. telnet is a good way of seeing if there's traffic. I can't remember how you telnet.
I feel like the networking debugging tools I've used so many times, but I use them so intermittently I have enough time to forget each time.
What's the IP of this address? This one. A 501. So they talk that such a weird thing. They're talking to each other. Do I actually get? Yeah. Still not getting console responses.
I don't think the token has rendered. There's no file there in any case.
So I've just restarted the box and I'm getting an ACL leaf cert watch returned an error, ACL not found.
I don't think the Vault agent's rendering. Just check if the TLS files are there. You can just cat one of the public ones. I'm going to put it through OpenSSL to check that it's valid. You'll need X509 before you're in.
Yeah. Don't know how it works.
Probably don't need in. And then text.
Not after the 23rd. That looks right.
Fine. That's tomorrow.
Okay, so it's correct on both. The TLS is correct on both sides of things.
I think we rendered the.
Oh, the CA is only valid until the 21st.
I'm surprised it rendered a cert.
So it will cut a cert.
First of next month.
Oh, July. Yeah, good spot.
That would be funny if your CA would cut certs after it expired. It would be a horrendous thing to ever do. It would be funny.
Can't read cert. console agent CA pair. Oh, LS. Okay.
Yeah. We've changed the destination that the token renders to, so I was just reading the wrong file. That was all rendered.
So we're back to no console server. Is the port correct?
Are we doing HTTP? No, we must be doing HTTPS internally.
Well, we don't tell it a schema.
I guess we want to just see if it can interact with console directly.
This is in the, no, this is in the common. I don't know why this would work. Okay, so say next servers. Hey, what did you want me to try?
And where it's first trying upping the verbosity of the logs.
For which one, the client or the server?
The client, so we can see the connection process, see if it has if we get like a connection refused, or if it's just timing out, or what's going on with that. Have a look at like what's going on with that handshake.
Do you remember how you up the velocity?
Oh, there's a you can. I think it's just a config.
What's the config?
Option.
There's an audit log, but that's probably not what we want, is it?
No. So wait.
No, there's a log level in the terminal. What level do you think we want?
Try debug first, see if that gives us more info. If we can avoid reading through trace logs, I would prefer.
It's like it's checking status of Nomad. It's not. Doesn't look like debug's doing anything for the connection.
Nah, not. I had a suspicion that we might have to go a layer deeper. But yeah.
Getting connection refused. Oh, I'm still. Let's only change one thing. I'm going to change the connection port back to one because I don't know why I would have gone, oh yeah, this one works, then changed it. Member list, initiating pull sync with that. Failed to join. The failed to join EOF is a weird error.
Do you get anything back from Googling that if someone's had a similar issue?
So now.
I feel like there can't be that many.
Think about like health check issues. I think this is just like can't connect.
I wonder if it's worth trying just using a console join command and see if that if you get a more useful error back from that.
So let's start console in this box.
Yeah.
And then do console join.
Yeah. And then give it an address.
And then do 10.2.0.6. Member joined. Great.
God damn.
Maybe we don't need to be giving the port.
Yeah, let's try without the port.
That's so funny.
Well, I'm glad we got there with the debugging command in the end.
Well, we've not got that yet. We just proved that we can manually join.
Well, it's not a networking or file issue.
Yeah, just restarted. Let's see if we aren't joined anymore. Okay, not joined anymore.
Say it's cool. Not joined anymore.
It doesn't save the information.
Oh, interesting.
So if I delete that. Member joined. Cool.
I guess we should update the bind address at the same time and rebuild the image.
Let's do some prop changes. All right, so we are messing with Packer image.
Yeah, it's the console client role that I think is the main offending one. Oh, it's client and base.
I was going to rest these two.
Base, default, yeah, base. No, it's not base. I think it's just the console bootstrap.
So you are literally just a list of IPs. Whatever. Okay, so what do I need to change where?
In the console client role, we currently have the bind address as Ansible default IP4.address. We need to move that out, put that in the if packer block in the same way that we did for the other thing that we moved out. I can't remember what it was.
So this just needs to be if packer.
if not packer build, I think.
Yeah.
And then in the console bootstrap, just where we build out something to.
So we need to find IP.
Yeah.
And that needs to end up being into etc/console.d/.
Bind address.
And this just needs to be.
You probably need to call it a HCL file. I think picked up, or a JSON file.
It just needs to be that, and then I need to write. We then need to write some bash to do this.
Yes.
Okay. So we can do IPA will give us all of it. Dash. Oh, there's two options first. So if I go dash JSON. This feels like a really bad way of doing this.
God, this must be. Some of the old solutions in Bash Overflow, Stack Overflow, are great, where it's just like, just get your full IP config and then use like sed and awk.
That was what I was about to do. Well, I was going to use JQ. You can do a hostname dash capital I.
Cool. Perfect. I love how that's not the top answer for it. The top answer for this question was like, use IP root get and go via your DNS to find your own IP.
Oh no, mine was top answer. God, mine was top. I'm obviously better at Googling to get me to Stack Overflow than you are.
It did have, it was number 3 for me.
Okay, but that's good and all. How do we actually? What's the actual bash script to do this? Because if I,
do you want to put it into a bash variable and then just echo it out?
Can you not just go? Well, because I just want to echo hostname.
Dollar open bracket, not curly, regular.
Oh, normal brackets.
Yeah, if you're executing function, it's normal brackets.
Cool.
You need
because literally all we're doing is echoing into a file.
Yeah.
Why does it want me to awk it? don't understand.
It wants you to do more.
Yeah. Okay. So that's the two fixes done, and now I need to commit them.
Yeah.
It is.
Can we make this a little bit better by moving that bind address to be the last thing in that file and then appending the line using the script at start that's only called in startup? And so is it server init that this is called, or is it service start that we run this script? I can't remember how we're doing it for console.
I don't know.
Let's have a look. Because if we're running it every time, then it's going to break things if we have multiple bind addresses. But if we just...
No, we're just overwriting the file, aren't we?
Well, I'm thinking if we... The trouble with the token one that we write, which I don't think actually gets written.
Token goes to...
Yeah, there's nothing in there. That doesn't work. Whatever it did. Put it in bind address for now. The trouble is, if we do this, it means the servers that we build and deploy through Packer, we then can't run the Ansible against, because you'll get 2 entries for bind address, which you may just conflate.
But there's some weird overriding that happens.
Which doesn't really matter if they're both the same entry.
Yeah. But also we shouldn't be... I think even if we ran Ansible against this, we'd still want to set it as the Packer build variable, because they do different things. Like even like Vault and stuff is slightly diverged with how things are set up. I've no problem doing it fancier, but is Packer build the correct variable?
It was for the other one. We use it in the base role, I believe. I love how that we have in one role if Packer build equals false, and then another one if not Packer build.
Oh, in the same role?
In different roles.
Oh, I'll do that. Well, the not is, yeah, it should be that. Yeah, it's this that I didn't know we had, because we've definitely had issues before where the order they were running meant the variables existed, and then we changed the order and everything failed.
Yeah, I think if it's undefined, it doesn't have to be defined in the role itself, as long as you supply it.
Yeah, as long as it's defined somewhere, it's fine. But if you change the order in which your roles are running, something then which was defined isn't defined.
If it's in the same block of roles, the variables persist through them.
Yeah.
You might even persist beyond them, but yeah. But yeah, it's probably if you have it populate from a default in a role, that role has to run to set the variable.
Yeah. I have seen some weird things with this Packer before where roles I thought were set weren't actually set correctly, and things just go good. Okay. That's that done. The other one is Packer images.
I feel like we've hit many a weird issue with Ansible over the years.
Well, I mean, we're doing a lot with it. And I keep forgetting that we haven't spent that many hours on this platform.
Yeah, well, I guess it's probably, 150 hours, thereabouts?
Yeah. Which is 2 weeks. 3 weeks of work, like... Because I was thinking, like, does this make us look like we don't know what we're doing? And
I think I'd be quite happy if I got this built in 3 weeks, considering we built it twice.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, because we're only spending an hour a week on it. We're really not putting that much time into it. And the context switching of like, oh yeah, you can only think about this for an hour a week, really.
Yeah, I think the first version was stable for quite a while, and then I still have no idea how Consul lost its own internal CA.
No, I mean, there's a chance that we had set something up to have like a yearly, or maybe it had like a yearly revoke or something, and for whatever reason that just didn't work.
we don't treat these products particularly well. They're kind of spun up, spun down, used and abused. But yeah, there was no way to recover from that, which I think triggered this kind of rebuild to get it to be the full golden image.
I think we were talking about this for a while. It was just going to be a lot of work, and we were enjoying the fact we had a stable platform we could do things on, and this was going to cause it to be not a stable platform for a while.
Yeah, I think once we get stable again, I think probably the next thing to do would be to set up something that does a regular update, rebuilds the images once a month or something like that, and then does a redeploy.
I mean, Hashi versions seem to come relatively quick, maybe not monthly, but we should certainly do like update versions. Yeah, we could run pipeline just every month, maybe even every week. Maybe not every week, but kind of every month we build the image, push it up.
Well, I guess you could have it every week, check for version, build image, push.
Yeah.
See how it goes.
There's obviously a cost in running a pipeline. It's the only reason why you'd maybe not want to run it weekly. But
I guess if the versions haven't changed in between the weeks, because I assume the pipeline cost is tied to length of execution. If it just goes no new versions, then goes great, done. Doesn't
that's fine. It's if we built the image every week. That's when it gets expensive.
Yeah.
Mainly just on the compute of having an EC2 box up for an extra 40 minutes of compute time.
Yeah, the GCP side.
But I look forward to having this up. Not that Satisfactory could run on this server without massive expense, but
yeah, we need to find a lightweight game for the next one to host that. So we hosted Minecraft and Factorio, and they ran quite happily in the cloud.
Minecraft was still, we did have to give it a beefy box. We just obviously only had it up for when we were playing the game.
Yeah, I think also with the Minecraft stuff, we needed to, as we built more stuff into the world, we definitely had to
scale up
the server. We had a little bit with Factorio, but that game is it's 15 years old now, something like that, and it's hyper optimized.
Yeah, it's also very CPU. The problems are at a CPU level, where for Minecraft and Satisfactory, it's a memory RAM level.
Do you know why certain games need more RAM than others?
It's just what they're doing with how they're computing things. A lot of things, if you batch compute stuff and just have it stored, like in Minecraft, it stores the state of the chunks around you in its RAM. That just requires RAM. Whereas Factorio is more about the simulation. It's not doing a lot. There's obviously a level of how optimized you make your game and all that sort of stuff, but it just wants to work now. I even made this faster by turning the pack or something off. I can't remember what it was. I had to turn off.
It was proxying Ansible commands or something like that through pack.
Yeah.
Doing them directly.
It's just weird, though. Maybe there's a security reason why you do it.
Yeah, might be something to ask. So we chat to someone that works more closely on Packer.
Yeah, because I would assume that on the Ansible docs for Packer there would be something about it, but I mean, I'm not particularly hard, but I don't remember any warnings going like, "Hey, this will slow Packer down." I can look. Here's the Ansible provisioner docs.
ironic that it's Red Hat builds that are failing.
Or this is the only one they want to tell you how to fix.
Or the only one they bother to test.
Yeah. Oh, there's a whole thing about Amazon Session Manager.
I remember getting that up and running and it taking a week of solid, like 2 people's effort to get that to work. When it eventually worked, it worked really well, but it was painful doing it.
This link doesn't go anywhere.
Just use proxy.
So Session Manager, if use proxy is false, you can have issues. So if Session Manager uses it. Oh no, here's extra things. So that's something actually at the top. Eventually, there's a local proxy adapter so that Ansible has an IP address to connect to, even if your guest does not have an IP address.
So if you're building in a very locked down network environment.
Or if you're building a Docker image or something.
I can't really think why you would use Ansible to build Docker.
No, I don't think it's a good use. Yeah, this is how the Ansible AWS Session Manager stuff works as well, I think, because I think it like hooks through the Amazon commands. You're not actually creating a SSH connection, so there isn't a IP address, which means you can't. And that's probably what this is all for. But currently default to true. In the future, this option will be changed to default. If you have an IP, it will change default. So that it's good to know that what I've done is the correct behavior. It just isn't the default yet. So many flags you can set. Is agent one of the last things it does?
If it's console,
I suppose technically it's got all the Nomad stuff after it. Console agent.
Yeah.
Then Nomad, then the trigger file. I like what we're doing with the trigger file. It feels like a clean way of doing it.
Yeah, it's like a little rubber stamp that says this image is live.
But also because we're doing it at a service level, it's not like you have to like turn something on or turn something off. It's just using the kind of service conditions. Because I probably would have done something far more complicated, which is like at the last step, you then enable all of the services.
Yeah. No, this feels quite simple in a way.
Yeah. Would have thought Linux at its core is quite simple. You just have to get through the massive docs to work out what you have to do.
That's all just zeros and ones under the hood, and those are really simple.
Start writing some binary, yeah?
My brain still doesn't quite understand how like writing zeros and ones translates into computer doing something.
No, I don't think so. Even like machine code, so like there are 5 verbs that there's some amount of verbs that define everything we're doing, and it's just moving memory around.
Yeah. I understand how to make a circuit to get something intelligent out of a circuit and make that circuits do maths, but I don't. Yeah, that zeros and one like stuff like that.
Don't understand the words. So that's silicon malarkey.
I do love the description of someone described computer chips as rocks that we've etched runes into and forced to think.
Yeah, that sounds all right. We've etched runes in, we then shove a massive power through, and logic comes out. I very nearly did a uni degree, which part of it was building a CPU.
That sounds, on one hand, really interesting, but I imagine would be very complicated and take a long time to consume it all. So the really interesting bit would take a while to get to.
I think there's a piece of computer software that you design and simulate, and then once it works, you can then print one like chip that can do like nothing.
I have a friend that works in chip design, so that's his day job, is mocking up trace layouts for chips and transistor layouts, and then simulating them, seeing if anything goes wrong, and then eventually printing them.
That is cool. Always enjoy the hardware stuff. So close. I think Nomad client is the last step. Yeah.
It is nice that it's no longer 40 minutes, so this is at least achievable in a stream.
Yes, it's not one run is the entire stream. I'm definitely going to have to remember if I ever have to build golden images in the future with Ansible, I turn off use proxy.
It depends if you're doing fixed price or by the hour, right?
That's true. Or just how much you want to just chill while in meetings.
There's definitely times where there's so much stuff going on the client side that having a pipeline that takes an hour that you can just kick off and then come back and check on later isn't a bad thing, because even if it took 20 minutes, you probably wouldn't get out to check on it for an hour. So he's like, eh.
Yeah. Definitely feel like there are some optimizations we can do with all these images and stuff.
Oh God, I just remembered something. We can parallelize the Ansible. All of it could technically run at the same time, because none of it, which makes it goes a lot faster, but the logs become impossible to read because it spits out all of the logs as they happen.
That's what AI is for.
What for?
AI.
Oh, yeah,
you go, my pipeline's failed. Here's a link. Tell me what went wrong.
I wonder if it would actually be able to do it, because you'll get the changed ones from each of the different plays will pop out literally as they happen. So you'd have change from one followed by change from another. You won't have the task names.
So it can handle Terraform, which does it to some extent. Because Terraform will, in the middle of an hour, have another message, and it will be able to go, oh yeah, this is what the error is. So it's probably relatively okay to.
Yeah, we can give that a go. It is making Ansible parallelized. You get a lot of speed from it, but it significantly reduces like the human usability of it. You have to have a toggle that can run it in a non-parallelized way to find out how it's working. But then
currently our issues aren't Ansible related, so Ansible just has to run. So
yeah. The trouble with it having a debug step that changes the way something runs, if that makes it succeed and then you turn the debug step off and it fails, then oh no.
Yes, when the speed is the problem. We could probably do a commit message. If you put like debug or Ansible debug in the commit message, it then slows the pipeline down.
I think the only thing we'd have to make sure that we set up is making sure stuff like the directories are created before we try and put files and stuff like that.
Yeah, so like the base ones would have to run before the rest of them. Because the base, the ones that ostensibly base creates all the users in the directories.
Yeah, but the roles themselves probably will have the parallel.
Yeah. Improvements we can make when when this is all up and stable. I actually feel like we're in a position where we can poke it and prod it without everything exploding.
Yeah, I think that was the problem with the last one. It was a little bit fragile. It needed a bit of manual love to get it to work.
Okay, 4 minutes.
Yeah, we can just hard cut at 8 regardless of where we've got to, and then
God, finish on those cliffhangers.
I think it feels like a nice conclusion today. Yeah.
I should have turned the on off. So it's not going to be 203. It's going to be a different IP address, I think.
Normally rotates.
We it may also be worth for these doing create before destroy.
Yeah, probably.
Just because like we now have to wait for the server to kill itself before the next one spins up. Like it's not that useful for stream context. So nodes deregistered from console.
I was just wondering if we did create before destroy as well, whether would be fast enough to be able to get the services to migrate. Probably not for the single server nodes, but if we ever started managing clients through this, potentially.
Well, if that's when we start, maybe we want to look at the auto scaling groups.
Yeah,
because I think you can even give timeouts, like how long between a server starting and a server turning off. So you could maybe do something there that if we know which servers are going to be destroyed, it gives it the time to turn them off.
Well, I guess if you do create before destroy, you have a health check set up. So only when the new one spins up and is healthy, and that healthy could be registering services, is into the main one, then you destroy it.
Okay. Hasn't started yet.
The anticipation.
Oh, no, I got the member join.
Nice.
Nomad server. Nomad's not
the health
yet.
checks are fixing.
Okay, there's Nomad up.
It's nice seeing a sea of green.
So it's all using IPv6.
Did we ever swap our Nomad off IPv6?
I don't know. This also may not be IPv6. This may just be the I'm not telling you, but there's the IPv6.
That's fine.
Yeah, I still don't think we can connect to Nomad from the outside world. I don't think we've set up that routing.
No, I don't think that firewall was in place.
Nope. The console's up. We'll spin up a server and it auto registers. This is really the hard part of getting Nomad, that box connected, was getting the console networking spun up.
Yeah, in theory, we can now roll this out to an entire data center and just let the nodes pop into existence.
That would be the hope.
One day, maybe. Anyway.
The biovac will be fun, glorious.
Maybe when electricity prices are a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, Thank you for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed the stream, give us a follow on Twitch so you get notified when we go live. And if you're catching this on YouTube, subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified when these get posted. Until next time, we'll see you then. Bye.
Bye.